Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel, where we will be dissecting and analyzing and rating the players' performances from today's 2-1 home victory over Brighton and Hove Albion. So first up, in the 12th minute, a foul was awarded to Tottenham Hotspur because Adam Lallana had jumped on the back of Harry Kane. This then went to VAR, and it was confirmed that this would be a penalty.
Harry Kane, he's amazing from the spot, and just like all the other times, he slots it into the bottom right-hand corner.
To give us the lead in the 13th minute, and everything looked good. And then that's where things started to fall apart. Just after halftime, in the 56th minute, Tariq Lamptey fired home an equalizer. But I think it should have been ruled out.
Yes, Højbjerg, he won the ball. He won possession back.
Fairly.
And then I think it was...
I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember who it is, yeah. But they came in, and they didn't get any of the ball. They just got Højbjerg. And
his ankle,
the ref,
they wrecked his ankle.
Yes, but then the ref did, after the goal was scored, the ref did go to VAR. And he had to go to the monitor. And it took a while.
It was shocking. They gave the goal, and I think...
Even the commentator said that. Yeah. That's a foul.
That should have been a goal. That shouldn't have been a goal. But it didn't matter because in the 70th minute, Gareth Bale was subbed on, and 3 minutes later, he heads home the winner.
Now, this was just like the Lamela's goal against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup.
Yep.
A diagonal ball from Alderweireld to Reguilon. He switches onto his right foot, gets the cross in. But this time it's a header from Gareth Bale.
And Bale was completely left open. No one was defending. When you think about it, they had defenders like Byrne, Webster, Veltman. They're all really tall. So you'd be surprised for them to let in a header.
Maybe because they didn't have Dunk. Dunk was suspended for this game.
Dunk was suspended. But Gareth Bale, his second debut goal for Tottenham is the winner today. So now we're going to go on and rate each of the players, starting off with Captain Hugo Lloris.
I'm gonna give him a 7. The Lamptey goal, he couldn't really do much of.
No,
he couldn't do anything.
No,
but he did. I think it was in the second half before the goal. There was a chance, but the goalkeeper Lloris came out and he did his job. He got possession back. I think it was Trossard who was coming up.
Yeah. And
he was coming up. Lloris just grabbed the ball. No contact. Yeah. So it wasn't a foul.
I think he marshaled his area really well, especially on corners with, again, Byrne, Webster, Veltman, who are all really tall. He marshaled his area well, caught the ball well, distributed well. So I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Next up, Matt Doherty.
Matt Doherty, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. He looked pretty, a little bit shaky in the first half when the tables had turned. When the tables turned. But otherwise, he didn't do anything wrong, and he had some good, he did well in defensive part of the half.
Yeah, Doherty did, I'm going to give him a 7 as well.
I don't know what I'm saying, but yes.
He was very good attacking. He made a lot of vital blocks against the crosses defensively, which was really good because if that was Aurier, we knew from last year he had a very low percentage chance to block the cross, and a lot of them would turn into goals. Yes. So he did really well in that part. Yeah. Next up is Toby Alderweireld.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. He had some brilliant balls up to Kane. I remember
including the goal for Gareth Bale.
That was a brilliant diagonal ball. We've seen that from him a lot. Yeah. Normally it's Son gathering it up.
Yeah.
But this season it's been more Kane and more, it's been more like Bale with the new signings and Reguilon, of course.
Yeah.
Reguilon. And and he had some good headers on those corners. Brighton's is dangerous with headers, especially because they have tall defenders.
He also
he did well to head away threats. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.5 as well. Alongside him was Eric Dyer in center back position.
I'm going to give him a 7. he didn't do. He just did his job. He didn't do that much. Otherwise, I think there was a possible penalty with a handball, but that wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just in his. It was just resting in the
his hand
position,
was like right here. I don't know.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. So that was a good call by Graham Scott as well.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree. 7 for him as well.
Okay.
Next up is the assister to the second goal, Sergio Reguilón.
I'm gonna give him an 8. No, you know what? 8.5.
Okay.
He did amazing. Those electric runs. He had one at the beginning of the game too.
Mm-hmm.
He had one shot at the beginning of the game. It was like working his trickery. He was like kind of fake. They were expecting him to turn back when he passed it to Kane because he was on that side. But he turned around and took a shot, and the goalkeeper saved it. And it was
the best thing about him as well is that he's both foot. He can use both foots to deliver crosses.
Yes,
so
and like
really
you saw
useful.
in the goal, he's left-footed, but he switched onto his right foot.
And it was just as precise. But yeah, I'm gonna give him an 8.5 as well. He was again one of Tottenham's best performers. But now we're gonna move into the midfield, and with that, onto Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
I'm gonna give him an 8. He had very good runs. He looked more like Musa Sissoko today.
He was also what we were missing in that first half against Antwerp.
Yes.
He moves the ball around well. He's got good decision making, and he's a leader on the pitch.
So he did very well. That should have been a foul. So that wasn't an error from him.
No.
So he didn't do anything wrong.
His ankle nearly bent the wrong way.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
He got a little knock in the second half, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. It wasn't really a knock. His ankle
got stuck in the grass or something.
Yeah.
But he came back fine and finished off the game. Next to him was Musa Sissoko.
I'm gonna give him an 8. He was amazing. Electric runs through the center. Like, you saw a lot of that last season.
Yeah.
And the season before. He was defending very well. I think there was only like one slide tackle that he got. We didn't see that many of his amazing slide tackles today, but he did very well.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like Højbjerg today.
Yeah. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Next up was Tanguy Ndombele.
I'm going to give him a 7. I feel like
they marshaled him well.
Yes, they were covering him very well. He just I feel like Lo Celso should have started ahead of them, but I think it might have been a better decision because then you could just bring Lo Celso on as sub.
Yeah.
And he just came back from injury. So and Ndombele, he kind of did his job though.
Yeah, he did his job, but this was one of his probably worst performances under under Jose this season. He had the chances, but I think that yellow card really destabilized him.
It depends what team you're playing against, like their style.
These guys played literally their defensive shape was 3-5-1-1. So they had 8 players defending when they went back.
You could kind of compare it to Burnley, but then
they're more fluid in attack.
Yeah.
Brighton. But yeah, next up is Eric Lamela.
Now, I think that he was the one that got subbed off for Gareth Bale. I think he did a very good job. He had one shot that hit the post. No one
before he got subbed off.
Yeah, that was
no one expected that.
Yeah, he was there. Why not take a shot? He hit the post.
Yeah.
It wasn't the inside of the post. It wasn't the outside, just like the post, like the middle.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.
He also bring a lot of energy to the field, too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him a 7, too.
But I think he's better off the bench still.
Off the bench, yes.
On the other side was Heung-min Son. I'm going to give him a 5.5. This was probably one of his worst performance so far this season. There was nothing of him this here. He barely got the ball, and when he did, he didn't do much with it. He can make those runs.
I agree with you. I'm going to give him a 5.5 too. He just couldn't do anything. There was nothing he could do. They knew what he could do. But yeah, I feel like he could have done better.
Yeah. And last up is forward Harry Kane, who scored the penalty. I'm going to give him a 6.5. He wasn't necessarily too good today. The forward line wasn't good in the first half. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.5 too. He was actually very good in the second half. Like, especially at the end when we were just wasting time. You could kind of see we were just trying to, like, keep it to that side. We did a very good job on that.
Yeah.
We just kept getting it out for throwing, just waste time in the corner. That's how we won this game. And Harry Kane, of course, he won the penalty. I just want to talk about that for a little bit. He went back there. He saw Lallana was there, so he backed up behind him. He not out of the penalty area, just inside, and he that was a smart decision from Kane.
Yeah.
To win the penalty.
Definitely.
And also he actually caught out in one or two. I remember he hit the post. I feel like he should have put that in.
Yeah.
He could have done a diving header.
But I think it was a tough angle.
Tough angle, yes.
And then now we're going to move on to the substitutes. We're not going to be rating Ben Davies because he just did not have enough time. But we'll be rating everyone else. So we'll start with Giovanni Lo Celso, who came on for Tanguy Ndombele in the 64th minute.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. 7.5. As soon as he came on, you could see he changed the game.
Yeah,
that's the Lo Celso we need. He bring a lot of electricity to the team. He was doing his job better than Tanguy. It seemed like Tanguy got a little bit tired.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of an injury nag against Burnley, and that was the problem.
Okay, yeah. I think he had one chance. It was a shot off target. I was actually very close. If you look at it on the replays in slow motion, it actually curled a lot.
Yeah, it was just past. But yeah, it was a really good performance from Lo Celso overall. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. He speeded up our plays. He made sure there was someone always there to kind of get the play through, and yeah. And then next up in the 70th minute was Gareth Bale, the match winner, substituted on for Eric Lamela.
I'm gonna give him an 8. That header was very good. It was very fast, and at the end he did a very good job with time wasting.
Yeah, he did. I'm gonna give him an 8.5. He was my man of the match. As soon as he came on, he was making runs, he was dribbling, and he got the goal, which was huge. And he also made a couple really good defensive tackles.
Yes.
In our penalty box. But yeah, that's all the players rated. Our next match is on Thursday against Ludogorets.
Okay, yeah.
In the Europa League, so we have to do a lot better than against
Antwerp. I think it was just because we didn't have Højbjerg.
Yeah. We have to start Højbjerg every game, unfortunately. I hope we can get to a stage where there can be someone in the midfield who's kind of controlling it.
I feel like that person's going to be Sissoko.
Or Skip. Once he comes back from loan, I think he could be one of those Højbjerg type guys.
When he gets older.
Yeah, I hear that's what he's been doing for Norwich. But that's going to be the end of the video today. Make sure to go subscribe to our channel, especially because tomorrow, Monday, November 2nd, there will be a all goals of the month of October video coming out on this channel.
Yes.
So don't forget to hit subscribe. It's scheduled to come out tomorrow, but if there's any changes, make sure to follow our social medias. It's Tottenham USA _ on Twitter and Instagram. We'll let you know if there's any changes. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. That was an incredible win today, and we're going to see you guys next time.
And until next time, come on, you Spurs!